I've got a bunch of manga I haven't touched yet, and honestly, I don't even know where to start yet. But today, I think I'm gonna finally pick one. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Just back in another video. Yeah, so today I'm basically making this video because I really do have kind of a backlog on my manga series right now. I'm about to push the triple digits soon. It's been a minute since I've read my collection. And I want to start I want to start reading my manga, reading my backlog. But I got to force myself to make the time. And I also got to figure out what I want to read specifically. I really don't have nothing in mind as of right now. So I'm basically just making this video, like, speaking aloud. I'm just going to throw things at the wall. And I'm just going to talk out my thoughts, I guess you could say. So I do have a list here that I do want to think about. So I'm just gonna start it off with the first one, and that is The Climber. So with The Climber, I actually did read this one a couple years ago. I think about a year or two ago at this point. So I did read The Climber. I got up to the point, I don't want to spoil anything, but I got up to a point where the main character, he goes to he climbs up the mountain. He has the terrible accident with his, I'm assuming it's his senpai or his captain, one of those two, something like that. So that's where I'm up to for those of you that have read the series. I don't want to spoil anything too crazy, right? So I'm thinking about just reading this because right now I am picking up the physicals and I have no idea where I stopped digitally. So I don't know where exactly I would be at in the physicals, but I do know that with The Climber, I'm going to have to basically just reread from the start. So right here from volume 1, I'm going to have to reread everything, which I don't mind at all because The Climber was an amazing story. I really do like the more adult take on a sports series that I really did enjoy. It was a lot of fun when I did read it. I basically just stopped reading it because a lot of different things came up, and I didn't really push to finish it because once I read enough of it, I was like, you know what? Now The Climber is being released, so let me go ahead and just pick this up physically. So I have been picking up The Climber physically, and I really do enjoy it. Like, I want to finish the series. I think right now, I don't even know how much I have in my collection. Do I have 6? Another one that's really been on my mind is actually a series that I watched the anime for, and that was Delicious in Dungeon. So with Delicious in Dungeon, I really did have a lot of fun. So my girl actually put me onto this series, and we binged it together on Netflix, and it was so much fun. Just a different take on a fantasy series where they actually just dive in and they actually eat the monsters they come across. All the characters were super likable. I really did like the backstory for some of them that we do get to find out. And if I'm not mistaken, the Netflix series stopped us at around volume 7, like around like the middle of volume 7. So because the anime is still kind of fresh in my head, I would not read from volume 1 for this one. I'll go and actually read from where I left off on Netflix. I'm going to be completely honest. With Delicious in Dungeon, this one I'm a little bit upset about the fact that I haven't started already, for the simple fact that the whole reason that I even got the box set was because I watched the anime and I really enjoyed the anime that much. So I decided to just go ahead and pick up the box set when it came out, right? With Delicious in Dungeon, the fact that I can read it at my own pace, don't really gotta worry about nothing because the series is complete, everything is done. And I'll be honest, with the monsters there in general, I really do enjoy it. Especially, I did pick up the Monsters Guide compendium with Delicious in Dungeon because I wanted to see like the different monsters that they do come across. This one's a very fun fantasy series. It does follow a lot of the same typical dungeon crawling fantasy tropes, but it's a really good read. I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't realize how many series I've been sleeping on. Like, I went back and saw my unread list, and I could not believe that I'm already, like, in the 90s. That's insane to me. I don't want that to be. So another one that I'm thinking about is actually an easy one, which is Mr. Villain's Day Off. So like Delicious in Dungeon, I did watch the anime. I love the anime, really enjoyed it. So I was thinking about just picking up here where the anime left off as well. But I don't know that point. Like with Delicious in Dungeon, I went ahead and I found that point because I was really in my head, I'm gonna read Delicious in Dungeon. But with Mr. Villain's Day Off, it's almost like in the back of my head, I just picked this up as almost like a memento piece for an anime that I really did enjoy, but I do want to go ahead and just read this one. Now, the thing with Mr. Villain's Day Off is the fact that I don't know if it's actually still technically ongoing. I originally thought that the entire series collected itself in 6 volumes, but then, or was it 5 volumes? 5 or 6, and then I just recently picked up the newest volume that came out, and I was shocked. My jaw dropped. So I don't know if that's going to be the end of the series, or if I should just wait a little bit, because this might have the same effect as The Climber, where I don't know, I might actually have to put a pause on it and then just catch, and then once everything is completely out, just read it at my own pace. I'm leaning towards that, so I don't know if I'll pick Delicious in Dungeon specifically. I'm probably leaning a little more towards that. The next one I want to talk about, I'm a little bit on the fence, for the simple fact that I've actually been reading this nonstop as it comes out, and that's Initial D. So I have been reading Initial D basically every volume since it's come out. I absolutely enjoy it. I could not wait to read this one. So I do have, the Kinokuniya version cover. So I was super excited so I can get that one. And I've been reading it as the volumes come out. I think I'm 2 or 3 volumes behind currently. So these obviously are the omnibus versions. So I'm talking about 2 or 3 of the omnibus versions. I think these are 2-in-1s. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I should probably know more about this stuff. But with this one, I basically just stopped because at the end of the day, it's a little harder for me to read the omnibus volumes. I don't really like sitting and reading manga over multiple sessions. I like to bust out a volume per reading session for me. That's just one thing that I prefer, for me anyway. So with this one, because I've basically run out of time more or less, I don't have as much time as I once did. Reading this in one session it's going to be a little bit harder, and that's really one of the reasons why I haven't been up to date as I was. Because I remember when this was coming out, I think I read the first 4 back to back as soon as they came out, and then as I've lost the amount of time that I'm able to read, at least spend the time reading. I haven't been able to just sit down and be like, you know what, let me bust out an entire omnibus volume of The Climber, of Initial D. That was actually something that was troubling me for a while, until one day I was just like, you know what, I gotta clear my schedule, and I decided to catch up on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run. Shout out to that. The anime just dropped, first episode. Don't know when the second one gonna come out, but you know what, I got the manga. So I was reading the manga, and that's what I had to do. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is actually thinner than The Climber and Initial D, so I was able to bust that out a little bit quicker. But there is another one that it's kind of a blind pick for me, because it's actually one of my girls. It's one of her favorite series that she's picking up right now. She really did fall in love with it, and that is A Country Without Humans. That's what this one is. And she is not me whatsoever. She will go ahead and pick up volumes blind and not care. If she don't like it, she don't like it. If she do, she do. She picks things up. She loved the cover. And I gotta say, I do too. It's a real nice cover, but I know absolutely nothing about this series. So with this one, what is it? She is the only human left in a city inhabited by nothing but machines. As she flees through the eerie streets, hunted by sinister triangle heads, she encounters a golem named Bulb. Can she survive long enough to form a friendship with her strange golem, and perhaps even discover what happened to the fellow humans? That's the blurb in the back. That's what it's about. I know absolutely nothing after that. She has not told me anything either. 1, because I don't want to know, if I'm being honest. And 2, because I kind of want to go into this blind, because this is so out there for me, and I'll be honest, I ain't spent my money on it. She bought this for herself. So I'm not too bad if I'm not going to like it. I won't be too upset. So this one's complete blind buy. Well, for her anyway. I'm thinking about reading it because it does look good. So I don't know yet. As of right now, she has, I think 4 volumes of A Country Without Humans. She don't know how long it's going to go for. She hasn't looked into it. I don't know what it's going to be. So, I don't know. The more I'm looking at this, the more I do think this is going to be up my alley. This I'm just flipping through it. You know what this is giving me? It's giving me those. What is the series? I forgot what it's called. Hold up while I look it up. All right, 20 minutes later. I'm not joking. Like a good 20 minutes later, it is called A Girl from the Other Side. That is what this series right here, The Country Without Humans, that's what it's giving to me anyway, when I'm just flipping through it, because I did read A Girl from the Other Side. I didn't like it. My personal preference, it wasn't there for me, but it was a really good series. It wasn't for me. So if you guys like it, I understand why. It was good, but not my taste. So this is giving me those same type of vibes as I'm just flipping through it. I have no idea if it's even similar or what have you. So I'm probably gonna give that one a try. I'm thinking about it. As I've been, just throwing my thoughts at the wall and whatnot, and just like flipping through the manga pages and whatnot, I think I do know where I'm leaning towards a little bit. I think it's gonna be between these two right here, Delicious in Dungeon and A Country Without Humans. That's where I'm leaning a little bit more towards. So I'm probably going to start this hopefully soon. I'm going to have to like really force the time, basically. I'm going to have to make time to actually go ahead and just read some of these volumes. So that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to read either Delicious in Dungeon or A Country Without Humans. Low key, I might be able to make the time with Delicious in Dungeon if I read it on the Crunchyroll app. I think the Crunchyroll manga app has it digitally. I might do that. That's a thought for later on. I'm gonna chew on that for a little bit. So that's everything I wanted to talk about, and just in regards to like my thought process. Like I said, I really just turned the camera on because I wanted to just say everything, just word vomit all over the place and see what series I'm really like leaning towards. Because I did have I did have a stack of like 10 or so volumes, but then I cut off ones that I knew I wasn't really in the mood to start. Because obviously, I don't know about y'all, but with certain series, I gotta be in the mood to read certain series that I got. So if I'm not there, I'm not gonna force that. So with this, I pick series that I can basically pick up and read whenever. So with this, Delicious Dungeon, Country Without Humans, I'm thinking about the Crunchyroll manga app. I'm really thinking about that. I might have to do that. But that's it for this video. If you made this far, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here and you like my content and you like what I'm doing, consider subscribing, leaving a like, hit the bell so I'm posting a video. Follow me on Twitter. Links will be in the description. This is your boy Just. I'm off this.